Welcome back to the Unredactable podcast. I'm your host tonight, Ryan Lucchese, and I am here with Dakota and Dakota.
Yo, yo.
What's up?
We've decided that one of them is North Dakota and one of them is South Dakota, and the one that's actually from Alabama is South Dakota.
Ski.
Oh, okay.
And the man
Awesome.
from Florida.
I'm glad.
We went over this last time, dude. Florida is more north
Yes.
than it is south.
I remember.
I mean, it's debatable because, like, you look at some of the people in Florida, and they're more southern than some people in Alabama, for sure.
Listen, there is
Like some of
definitely some yee people there.
Yeah, like, there's
I'm not
probably
gonna
more hillbillies.
Tallahassee? I ain't gonna lie. Bumfuck retard town. But, like we said before, the further south you go, the more north it is, dog. And we already found out that you're a suburbanite from the comments.
Yeah. Alright, we don't need to talk about this. Listen, I have been super eager to hear about the mole people.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
want to
glad.
know.
Because the mole
I
people
Where
haven't
they
done
come
a
from.
single Google search, nothing. I'm coming
The
into
mole
this
people are
blind,
actually
just
really
like a mole.
interesting because this one's going to be a fun
They're
one.
actually dinosaur people.
Not really. So this one's interesting because in my research thus far, I've been trying to figure out where the sort of concept of the subterranean person started. It's kind of been a construct within fiction for a while. You know, you go back to Journey to the Center of the Earth, and there were people in that story that were quote-unquote mole people.
That was a great documentary.
Yes,
the fuck up.
exactly. A very good documentary about how the Hollow Earth is there. But it's interesting. So I had originally thought that the mole people and like Hollow Earth theory would sort of butt up against each other, but they really don't. So that's kind of cool because that means we can save Hollow Earth theory for another episode. The nifty thing about mole people, though, is they are real.
So they don't live in the... They're real?
They are real, but they don't necessarily... It's not necessarily what you think. And that's why I think it's going to be kind of a fun episode. I'll get to sort of tell you more about the real people and less about the sort of what we thought they were going to be originally, which was, Chuds, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. If you've ever seen that movie.
No.
Like
You
That
should.
sounds like an old person thing.
Oh, God damn it. I'm not that old, guys. I'm not that old.
Descent.
35 is young. Young and virile.
I'm not even old enough to buy alcohol, dude.
That's true.
You're old to me.
I was going to say something, but that would have been
man.
incriminating, so I'm not going to say it.
I'm just in this weird middle area, bro, and I don't like it.
You are 22. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
23.
When? Was your birthday recently?
What? No, my birthday was in January. You just don't pay attention.
Damn.
What the fuck? I'm
like a
sorry,
true
dude.
friend.
Happy
I was on
belated
night shift.
birthday.
I was on night shift. I was on night shift back then. You didn't know.
Okay, that explains it. I would have given
Doesn't
you a
even
big
know.
old fucking smoochums.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta get a smoochings from your
Yeah.
homie on your birthday. That's the rules.
Damn straight. I'm a homosexual, dog.
The rules.
We out here.
Anyway, before
So-
we turn this into a very homoerotic session,
that could be fun.
Tell us about the mole people.
So it's kind of
Honestly.
interesting. Like I was saying, it's really more. So basically, the real mole people are just the homeless. Like it's homeless people who live in abandoned underground structures. So
I
New York
remember
City
seeing-
is a super famous place for this.
I don't remember who it was from, but I remember watching a video about that on YouTube. where it's all the metro people.
Yes,
They just
exactly.
live in all the old subways that
Yeah.
were either not finished or they just went out of commission or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's really cool.
It is really interesting. It's so their mole people are also called tunnel people or tunnel dwellers, and a lot of it
Yeah,
has to do with abandoned subway, railroad, flood, and sewage tunnels. Sometimes heating shafts, depending on the city.
But
If they
like,
have, underground
hang on.
heating, so in colder
Have
areas, some of that.
have these
what?
people like like adapted? Like have they like
So
No,
that's
they
the
don't have
interesting.
night vision.
Well,
like
I mean, if they usually not, right? In yeah, it's not. I was kind of
somebody
hoping
should
that
do a
that would be
study.
the case, right? I was like, oh, we're gonna find some cool mutant freaks out here.
Somebody
But
should
that's
do a
not
study.
really the case.
Be like, "Hey,
It's
we'll give
mostly because
you
most of the time they live underground, but they still have to, like they
oh,
come out for food. They come out to beg for
Yeah, that's
change,
why
that
they're
kind of thing.
tunnel dwellers.
Right. Most of the time they're they have made sort of their own cities in places. Like I was saying, New York is a pretty famous one for it because they've got a lot of abandoned subway section that people have lived in for a while. Um, and then, actually, ironically enough, I live in Las Vegas, and Vegas is one of the biggest places because since it's so hot here and rains so little, our flood channels are like have tons of homeless in them, and they've made their own city. There's a book about it that's called. Let me check my notes. The
It's just
where is it?
I believe in you."
it's probably just fucking uh tunnel people under the Vegas Strip or something, I
Beneath the
guess.
Neon is the book by a man named Matt O'Brien, who is a Channel 8 news anchor who spent 5 years exploring the tunnel system and talking with the homeless who lived in it to write this book.
Isn't
Um,
that fucking crazy?
it's nuts, dude. Like it's really
This man
interesting.
spent 5 years exploring tunnels that the city should have records of, but 9 times out of 10, they just don't have records of what these tunnels actually are. Like, they don't have them mapped out or anything.
Well, and these ones are really interesting too because it's like I said, these ones are almost all the flood tunnels, and but because it so like last year we had 290 days without rain. That's a fuckload of days with zero rain. So the
I think
problem
that's the
though
number
is
of days we have with rain.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, we've
honestly,
got the
it
opposite.
it does not stop raining here,
Yeah, we've got the opposite problem for sure.
and it stays
The
hot as
the
fuck, bro.
the thing that's interesting here is that it when it does rain, we get like the desert monsoons. So it rains like it rained the other night, and it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds and like torrential rain for like an hour. But if it does that, these tunnels will fill up, and every year it kills a bunch of homeless people because they're not ready for it. So it's
That's
like
horrible.
if you're careful, so like they were saying that the people who are smartest, like they make their shelters closer to the edges so that they can get out of there if they need to. But apparently they go pretty far in, 200-300 yards in, where if you're not paying attention and the flood comes through, then they just get washed out and drown.
Oh, damn, that got real sad real quick.
I know, right? It's I didn't say it was a happy episode, but yeah, it's crazy because they definitely lose all of their stuff, and there's at least a few deaths every year because of it. Because it just when the rain does come, it comes really fast and really hard, and then just floods everything out. But but for 290 days last year, you were living in like the peak of homeless chic underneath the tunnels of Vegas, where it's not 115 degrees in the sunlight. So it's pretty helpful. And they said that it really can be like a 30 or 40 degree drop depending how far into the tunnels you are, as far as the heat change. So you can be 85 degrees instead of 115. Which is a big difference. If you're a homeless person, that's probably something you
That's
would want to check out.
yeah, dude. When I was out in Cali for my vacation not too long ago, woke up at 6:30 and it was 85 outside. I was like, this is not a place I want to be anymore.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts.
Man, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I I don't know. I
You
simply just don't know.
you don't know what. There's nothing. There's no fucking context
This
there.
was such a
What do you not
left
know?
turn to me. I was not expecting this conversation. I thought we were gonna
Right?
talk about like cave people.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's
so
the
did
thing,
I.
right? Is that
When
and that's the thing is in the research, there's the occasional cases of like those kids that they found in the cave and they thought that they might
yeah,
be
the
a
green
part
kids.
of a underground settlement or something, but they never found any evidence to back that up, right? It was just two kids that they found. So who knows what prompted those two
Oh,
kids
you're
to be
talking
found
Oh,
about
that way?
you're talking about the green kids.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of those green kids, I'm fairly certain they ended up finding uranium in that mine, like years later.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Huh.
That is
I
interesting.
could. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere, so
Um,
I feel like that explains why they were glowing.
I don't know. I feel like they would have just died.
Well, they did die.
Yeah, but like not like like that would be a lot of radiation
It
at a
would be a
time
lot of radiation. And over a fairly long amount of time.
to just be glowing. Come on.
I
Yeah,
don't
like
Or at
know.
least
Could have
tainted
just been
green.
somebody making shit up.
Yeah,
I
also.
mean, it's possible.
You never
Well,
know with this kind of shit.
yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing, right? Is because there's like isolated incidents of stuff like that, and obviously it plays to, I guess, our fears, right? Like I don't know if you guys saw the movie Us.
No.
Also, no.
You should. It's very good science fiction, and it's basically in that movie. It's about somewhere along the lines the government decided to create perfect clones of everyone somehow,
That seems like a
and
lot of
they're
work
and they're
for
connected to
very
the
little
people
profit.
yeah, obviously. And I mean there's definitely, it's one of those things where you have to buy in, right? Because in the movie it's like they kind of don't have a lot of control over themselves at first. They have to sort of learn how to take care of themselves. Otherwise, they just sort of mimic the movements of the people above. But they're in an underground, like abandoned tunnels, and that's sort of what sparks the whole thing. Um, but
I
like
need to
stuff
find
like
this
that,
movie.
where there's, because there's so many abandoned tunnels of all kinds of different things. Not, and this is not even, we haven't even touched on like abandoned military installations and bunkers and things like that, which I'm sure there's even more of than we even have
Ah,
any
like a
idea about.
nice deep underground military base that may or may not in fact harbor aliens.
Exactly, because that's the sort of thing, right? Like there's tons of stuff that we don't know about, and the stuff that we do know about. Like, let me put it to you this way: Clark County, which is the county that I live in, which is where Las Vegas is, the valley in Clark County, where Vegas is, has 450 miles of flood control channels, and 300 miles are underground.
That
300
that's a
miles of
lot.
underground flood channels that don't see flooding for 290 days a year.
That is a fucking lot. And you
It's
know what would be really cool, Ryan?
What's that? If I go
If we
explore
went
them?
fucking spelunking, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm totally down. I'm 100% down. My brother, actually, this is sort of a side tangent, but my brother just explored an abandoned mall the other day and posted some pictures on Instagram.
Oh, dude, that's
Cause he,
cool.
yeah, he loves that kind
I
of stuff
love
too.
abandoned shit.
Yeah, it's so cool. He
I've
found an abandoned like military installation, but they like covered all of the entrances in dirt and concrete, so he doesn't think he can get in.
Bro, there's just this weird
That's coward talk.
there's
I
just
can
this
get in.
weird big ass tunnel that's been carved through a fucking mountain near me. And there's a gate that says like well, it doesn't say anything, but there was a lock on it and somebody spray painted like fuck this door and like broke the door. Bro, it's just this big ass tunnel. It looks like a fucking strip mine, but it's huge. And I have no idea why
Why?
it's I have no idea why
Where's
it's
it
there.
at?
It's off fucking 431.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, bro, it's so weird because I looked on Google Maps in the area and you can't see it. And
Oh,
Interesting.
they do that fucking blur thing? Or do they just not take pictures there?
no, it like it's not there. And
Dude.
That's
and hang
trippy.
on. And
The Google truck came through this area like 2 fucking
look,
years ago,
look,
bro.
yeah, I know.
They
See, here's the
knew.
thing. Here's the thing. I can tell that it was after I moved up here and after like a couple years ago because I saw my house and like, certain vehicles we had, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
how did this just happen in like the last couple years and like I'm so confused.
Bro, we gotta go up there.
It's so
Yeah, you gotta
fucking
check it
weird.
out.
I went there with my mom and we walked in it for a little bit, but it's just so massive. She went back later
Nah,
like
we're
by
gonna.
herself and went through and she said that it leads to like you can hear like a waterfall or something.
The Fountain of
Nah,
Youth. You found the Fountain of
she
Youth.
was just brainwashed, bro. She came into something and they didn't want her to know what was actually there, so they just said, "Oh, it's just some falls. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna find out the truth, and we're gonna dismantle the
Bro,
government."
it's really weird. I really have no idea what the hell. Like people say it's a tornado shelter, but like
Tornado
but like
shelters go
there's
down. They don't
Yeah,
go
they don't go sideways.
in.
yeah, there's like yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's we gotta check it out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what a
Off of
crazy.
431, heading down past Gunnersville.
Yeah, it's like right before you turn off to go towards Cathedral Caverns.
Oh shit! I bet. Yeah,
Well,
I'll
it's
fuck.
after. Let me rephrase that. It's after.
It's after that turn.
Like yeah, like you don't take that turn. You just keep going straight.
Alright, Roger that, homeboy. We gonna check
Oh,
this shit out.
Yeah, I want to
oh,
see the.
yo.
I want to see the. What happens?
Yo,
Let's
I
see
just
the results
What did
assassinated
you-
a
pictures.
fly.
Huh?
There's a fly. I just absolutely shit on it.
Did you do the chopsticks thing?
Oh, I mean, with my hand, I guess. Yeah, I just fucking snatched him out the air.
Bro, that's wild. I've hit a fly out of the air with a rubber band before.
That's pretty sweet.
But
Alright,
it wasn't even me aiming at the fly. It just happened to be in the way because I was trying to shoot my friend with it.
that's really funny. You were
Alright.
able to just bam instinctively get it. Did you? The real question
Anyway,
is, did you shoot
hang
the
on.
wings off the fly with the rubber band, or just shoot the
Shit.
fly out of the air?
Nah, the fly got knocked out.
Yeah, that works. One less fly, right? So,
Anyway.
but it's interesting because, like you're saying, like there's tons of stuff like. So in this research, I found this place called the Avinguda de la Lum in Barcelona, Spain.
I'm sorry, the
Which-
what?
Avinguda de la Lum in Catalan,
I feel like my
or
furniture's
in
about to start
Spanish, it's
floating.
the Avenida de la Luz, which is the Avenue of Light.
Oh my god. Ryan,
But it-
I'm turning into a pig.
Why? What happened?
You just hexed me.
Oh, now closed underground mall.
Yeah, but it's a 2,000 square meter, so 2,000 square yards,
Hey.
basically.
It's Yum, because it's 2 L's, so it makes the Y sound.
Is it you?
Avenguda de la... Yeah, Avenguda de la
Avenguda
Yum.
de la Yum. Avenguda
Yeah, pretty sure.
de la Yum. Someone who speaks Catalan, pronounce this for us in the comments below.
What does that translate to? What did you say?
Avenue of
Avenue of
Light.
Light.
Interesting.
Oh wait, shit. Yeah, that's Catalan, not
Yeah,
Spanish. I
not
don't know if they
Spanish.
do the double L thing.
Yeah, I thought it was just a regular L sound, but I might be wrong. It could be a Y sound. You're right. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, because Catalan and Spanish are different, similar but different.
Anyway,
But anyway, this was a massive, massive underground mall that they built in 1929. So like this stuff isn't new. Like this is stuff that's been around since basically right after the end of World War II. Right, is when they probably started making this thing.
yeah.
And it was this huge. It was like part of initially. It was part of like a plan to build like an entire underground city, and that sort of like fell by the wayside in like the 60s and 70s. But could you imagine if they really built an entire underground city? But they built a 2,000 square meter mall that operated from like the 60s to the 90s or
That's
whatever, or
just
like
fucking
1930,
uh
40 to the 90s.
Whole underground towns, huh?
that just sounds like SCP-1678, dog.
On London?
Right?
Yeah.
I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing. It's crazy. We're on
Same
the
fucking
same
wavelength, bro.
wavelength.
Exactly. And so that's obviously where we were originally thinking mole people would be found, right? We were thinking that it was going to be some weird SCP like alternate reality, like they're
I
just
don't
below
know.
the
I'm still
surface
thinking.
type of thing.
I'm still thinking they're in the caves.
Yeah.
Just crawling around like
Yeah.
bats
I don't
without
know.
wings.
Anytime I heard mole people, I always thought of like two things. First, the Sims, just the people living in the walls, because I did that where I made my Sims live in the walls, and then like actual just fucking grotesque rat-looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, like actual like half mole, half people.
Yeah,
And there's like there's some of that. It pops up in different things. Like you look at like in the at the end of the Incredibles, right? The mole man pops out from under the ground.
The Underminer.
Yeah, the Underminer. So like
okay.
it's one of those things where it's prevalent in fiction, but there's no
See,
like real world like and obviously I mean right we're talking about aliens and things that are up for interpretation, but there's no like real world equivalent of the sort of fictitious versions of that kind of stuff. It's all just fiction or just homeless people. There's no like legends surrounding like mole people that I was really able to find.
yeah, see, that's the thing. When you first brought it up in the second episode, I think, and you were like, "Mole people are real. You're just fucking stupid."
And
I'm like, no.
I am wrong. I will take this L. I certainly thought that there was like a some sort of evidence for there being more than just homeless
wasn't even,
encampments
like-
in the.
There wasn't even like any anecdotal evidence of people that were like, "Yeah, I saw like a giant person that was naked
Not really. Like, there's no real crazy
in a cave."
stories. There's no real crazy
Yeah, 'cause-
stories about that kind of stuff. It's always something else, right? It's like stories of like I went to a cave and I met a skinwalker, or I went to a cave and I saw this like half deer, half bear. Or like,
Easy saying that fucking word, Ryan.
I'll say skinwalker all day long. I'll look
No,
in the mirror and say
shut
it
the
5
fuck up. Don't
times and
fucking no.
show up behind me.
That's dangerous, dog.
I'll say that and Candyman and Bloody Mary back to back.
You are either more brave or more fucking just stupid
You are manifesting
than I am.
a dark energy I do not
Yeah.
want to be involved with.
You got some
I'm
dark juju
ordained.
going
I'll
on.
just fucking send them back to hell. I don't give a shit.
You think you will? Too bad they don't
Power of
actually
Christ
come from
compels
hell.
ye. The power of Christ compels ye. You can't see me, but I'm making the motion to throw holy water at something. I have some iced tea here. I'll bless that real quick, and I'll throw it at whatever comes out of the mirror.
What if it's not a
Oh.
demon though? What if it's just like, just some
I mean,
other thing? Hmm?
If she's
And they're just
hot,
getting wet now.
no. But
I'm
moving
sorry, what?
swiftly forward.
Hang on.
We'll,
yeah, we're
we
not gonna
should,
move past that.
Yeah, not pay too much attention to that.
You need
There's
to
no,
you need to
what's
back
that
that the fuck
teratophobia?
up, Ryan.
I was
Terata-
literally just thinking If they sent one with titties, it's over for you.
It's over for Shim,
Ryan,
that's for sure.
Ryan, you need help.
Me?
Like you need,
Obviously.
yeah, you need to find yourself a girl, mate. You simping far too damn hard.
Okay, that is not even true. I have not simped a day in my life.
That's objectively false.
That is not objectively false.
Yes,
When
It's
have you
okay.
actually seen me simp?
every day,
That is
all over my fucking timeline.
not true at all. That is not
It's
true at
okay,
all.
Ryan. I simp too.
I know you simp. We
Weak.
see it all the time.
The first step is admitting it.
I
You're
do
just in
not
denial.
simp on the timeline at all.
You simp hard on Maine.
No way. I will
You do,
compliment
dog.
a beautiful lady.
No,
We don't need to
No.
have
you're
this
over here.
conversation.
You're like, may I get just a crumb of that ass sweat?
That is
Please, man.
not at all what I sound like on Maine.
You're right. You're right. You're sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You sound more like it. Please, may I get a crumb of ass sweat? Please,
If anything,
man.
it would be like, "Milady, may I get a crumb of ass sweat, please?"
Oh man,
Ryan,
Yeah.
it's okay.
for real though, it's okay that you simp, dog. Just admit it.
I don't simp though.
You do.
I definitely do not.
You do. Absolutely.
No. No way.
We have your Twitter in the description of every fucking episode.
Yeah.
When this one airs and they get to like the 25, 26 minute mark, wherever the hell this is at, when we edit out all the parts that don't really work real well,
The
they're
and the
gonna be like,
uhs.
"Damn, let me check out that Twitter account." They're gonna hop on your Twitter account, go over to your fucking tweets and replies, and all of them are just gonna be replying and retweeting. Just all of the femoids, bro.
We
I
need to have this
retweet shit
conversation.
posts and art mostly.
No, that is
Mostly.
false.
That's not false. That's mostly true.
That
And
that's
on
not-
occasion, a pretty e-grill will come through
Buddy.
the replies or come through the retweets.
just admit it, dog.
But mostly these are like girls that I'm friendly with. Fuck. See,
Yeah,
now that you made me say that, you're making me sound like a simp, you son of a bitch.
I'm not making you sound like shit. You just are.
We listen. I think we should just honestly. This has gone on for like 5 minutes. We should honestly just cut that whole segment out.
No, it's staying in.
We'll find out when the edit comes back. If it's in or out.
It was relevant because that is the reason he is so interested in mole people is because he is a mole people that's trying to learn how to be a normal people.
Now that's an
and he's
interesting
failing.
theory. I'm the mole person. I've been the mole person all along. The mole is inside the house. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, you're in the walls.
People being in the walls is not mole people, though. Mole people
Are wall
aren't in the
people not mole
walls.
people?
Well, wall people are different.
What the fuck?
Well, like,
No,
you're
you're
mole
lying to
people
me.
are underground. Mole people aren't in the walls. I mean,
Mole
unless
people
your
are
house is
wherever
like made
they
out
like
of dirt.
dig into shit. Well, maybe I have a hobbit house. You don't fucking know.
Is that like Anyang in Arrested Development, where he lived in the walls for a while?
Have you guys seen that movie?
I don't know. I didn't watch Arrested Development.
You should. It's
Yes.
great.
Have you guys seen that movie? Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
A long time ago.
That one sounds familiar.
Where like they move into this old house and these little things are like, "We want your teeth." and,
Yeah,
and
that
the
sounds
daughter's
familiar.
like, and the daughter's like, "Fuck you," and like she's trying to tell her parents, and they like just don't believe her. But they
Which,
look like little.
that's
They look like little tiny. They're tooth fairies, but like they look like little mole people.
Yeah, they're little.
Are you,
Yeah, they're little.
And
Like
they like
are
live
you
in
talking
they
about
live in like a
the
vent.
fucking?
They live in like a vent in the house or some
This
shit.
just sounds like the Spiderwick Chronicles with the brownies, dog.
Yeah, you haven't heard of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark?
I said it sounds familiar, but this is not what I thought it was. I thought you were talking about the movie where the creature can only move in the dark.
Oh God, what is that one?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is that Darkness Falls?
I don't know.
I can't
I
remember.
just remember one specific scene from that movie because it was so dumb that it made me jump. The lady is in the kitchen and the demon creature thing is standing on the opposite side of the kitchen, but in the darkness of the next room, like she's in the room past the door. You know what I mean? And the protagonist lady is flicking the lights on and off multiple times, like 6 times. And the creature keeps standing there, and she keeps flicking it on and off until like the 7th or 8th time she flicks the light. Way too long for it to actually have any effect because it's been building up so long that, you already know what's going to happen. And she flicks the light on, and the creature's there. And I fucking jumped, and it pissed me off because it spent so long building it up. And I'm like, this isn't going to get me. There's no way it's going to get me because it's just dumb. And then it did the bullshit where it just plays a really loud fucking sound with it, and that's what made me jump.
Yeah, when they do that combination, they know what gets people, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's going back to mole people. I mean, you get kind of, I guess you could say like the ultra wealthy in a way are mole people when they're buying like bunkers and uh, decommissioned missile silos and shit. They
Whoa,
move
what
into
now?
those.
Decommissioned missile silos.
Yeah, have you not seen those? Oh my God, you have to look that shit up because they're fucking cool. They take decommissioned nuclear missile silos and they make them into like really nice condos for the ultra wealthy, so that they can basically have like a bunker.
Man, why the fuck do all the rich people get cool shit?
Because money buys you cool
I
shit.
want to be rich.
I would not mind being rich, that's for sure. I'm not
Like,
Billie Eilish. I don't want to be poor.
I would be fine being part of the elites. Just putting it out there. I wouldn't complain.
You
If
hear
anybody
that, Hollywood
wants to
cabal?
sponsor me,
You hear that, Hollywood cabal? If you're looking for your next Epstein, here's your boy.
whoa.
What?
That's what you
I
just said.
didn't say
You
that.
said, "Hey, I want to be a
I
part of
said
the
I would-
elite."
I said I would be part of the elites. I didn't say I would be a fucking Epstein. Calm down,
How do
mister.
you think people who
My
aren't elite get to be
God.
elite? They've got to provide a service.
Oh,
Why do you-
man.
Why do you take everything to the extreme, Ryan? Jesus Christ. I'm over here just saying that I'd like to have more dollar bills, dog, and you're like, "Oh, you wanna diddle kids? That's fucked, man. That's fucked."
I didn't say that you wanted to. I just said that in your pursuit of monetary
Uh-huh.
gain, you
It's
might
the
have to do some
implication.
things that you don't want to do. So you got to choose.
You-
So you got to be on the side of the right or the side of the rich.
Ryan, you can't say that when we're trying to launch a successfully branded podcast.
That's true. Also, Epstein and McAfee did not kill themselves.
Yeah, that's just true. Like, I'm not gonna abandon my basedness just for the sake of an Adam and Eve sponsorship.
I'm really interested to see how far the YouTube algorithm buries this episode now that we said that Epstein and McAfee didn't kill themselves.
I don't think it will.
No, it's gonna happen.
I don't think it will.
It's gonna happen.
We're already buried.
Honestly.
Like, we've done 3 episodes and we're already gone.
So what you're saying is our podcast is the mole people.
It's because we haven't been consistent.
That's
well,
true. But we're
probably.
gonna change that. The consistency.
We're working on it.
We're fixing it up.
We're gonna. Have we decided on how we're gonna be doing the episodes? Or should I leave that out? Like, is that a done deal, or should I go ahead and say it?
I mean, I guess we could talk about it.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
All right. Well, the idea is that Uh, every other Saturday, right? We're gonna have episodes like this, where it's more researched on a specific topic, even though we fucking derailed for 20 minutes. But it'll be
Because
more
Dakota
like
called me a
episodes 1 through
simp.
3. It'll be more like episodes 1 through 3, where it's heavily focused on one thing, and we're telling a story or giving details or background on just one or two kind of topics that are heavily related to one another. And then we haven't settled on a release day for the in between week, but there'll be more relaxed episodes where it's just the three of us talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about that week, be it what new games are coming out or how many that weird wacky new
Current events.
Yellowstone
Yeah,
eruption.
current
What
events.
happened with that, man? That was
Or
wild.
or
Hang
like the
on.
fact that
Excuse
fucking
me?
Costa Rica in the last week got
What?
fucking Costa
Dude,
Rica.
Costa Rica got fucked.
They got fucked, dude. They had 2 months worth of rain in 24 hours. They had a volcano erupt with a huge ash cloud that was
Oh my
covered in the fucking
god.
rain. They had a
It's the
tsunami warning,
apocalypse.
and they had an earthquake.
Yeah.
Jesus,
And
return.
all of that happened.
Return the slab.
All of that returned
That's what
because
we were all
smoke and
saying.
somnolence is not there to keep things under control. That witch bitch
Yeah.
is here, so Costa Rica's going crazy.
Yeah, ever since Smokey left her little fucking jungle haven, it's just gone to shit.
Yeah, we need
And
to get her back there so that she
as
can
much
keep things under
as
control.
as much as I love her, and I'm glad that she's having a blast here in the States, apparently her powers are needed elsewhere.
The
because
entire country of
Jesus
Costa Rica
Christ.
is relying on her strength to keep them through.
But Dakota, what were you saying about my predictions for next week?
Huh?
Yeah, after I said something about Yellowstone, you were like, "Wait, hold on, what?"
Oh, you're predicting Yellowstone?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
just
that's gonna happen,
BSing.
bro.
He thinks Yellowstone's
Nah,
gonna blow up.
nah, it's gonna happen, dog.
Old Faithful's just gonna like
yeah, it has been
spew
like
lava.
it's been under some shit recently. I know about that.
There has been a lot more,
way more active.
tectonic activity up there for sure.
Yeah, it's been very geothermally active.
And they also discovered Old Zealand. Did you guys hear about that?
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, the continent under Australia?
Under New Zealand. No, it's under New Zealand. It's a billion-year-old
Mo-
continent.
New Zealand and fucking
Now,
Australia are the
that's
same
where the mole
fucking
people
continent, bro.
live.
They're
Alright.
Oceania.
Doesn't matter.
Shut the fuck up, Brian.
I'm not gonna shut the fuck up. If they just discovered Old Zealand underneath
Yes.
New Zealand, that's definitely where the fucking mole people are, man.
It's
I'm telling
not
you,
old
they're
Zealand.
real.
Zealand is already a fucking place, dog.
New Zealand is, but not Old Zealand.
Billion-year-old
No,
continent
Zealand
has
is
been
a
discovered
place.
under New Zealand.
Well, if there's Old Zealand and New Zealand,
They
then
call
Old
it
Zealand is
Zealandia.
where the mole people are.
Zealandia?
Zealandia is what they call it.
Is that kind of like Portlandia?
Um, gonna be honest, I don't know the reference.
You
it's
don't know what
a sketch
Portlandia
show.
is?
No.
It was actually quite funny. They made fun of vegans a
Yeah,
lot, and
it's-
it always made me laugh.
It's one of those sitcoms.
It's not a sitcom, it's a sketch
But,
show. Jesus Christ, I just said it's a sketch show.
It's a fucking. They're all the same to me.
They're not all the
The
same.
Office,
It's
The
not like The
Office
Office at all.
Portlandia, Lost. They're all the same.
Jesus Christ. They have some mole people in Lost because they live in bunkers on the island. Some of them.
Those weren't mole people though.
I know. I'm still trying to make it a thing, man.
Dude, Lost fucking sucks.
Lost is amazing. Shut your mouth. Shut your whore
No.
mouth.
After like season 4, when all the writers decided they were gonna boycott and go on picket fence rallies and shit, it
Okay,
went down the shitter.
There definitely is some better seasons than others, and I
first
agree
4
that the end could have been better.
No, the end was shit. everything after they started doing the time travel shit is when it was retarded.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the concept of it. I think again the execution of it could have been better, but
Yeah, the concept was cool, but the whole thing and the fucking smoke monster.
that was cool. You didn't like the smoke monster?
Yeah, it was cool in the beginning, and then it turned out to be a dude who was there, and then his like brother was also there, and it
But
was
they were
them, and they're
gods.
yeah, it was dumb.
I think I'll give you that it could have been handled better. I'll give you that.
I
I am
didn't watch
extremely
Lost when it was coming out.
out of the
Huh?
loop. No idea what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you don't watch TV a
TV
whole lot.
at all, really,
Yeah,
for honest.
yeah, you're not. I watched it with my family long after the series ended. Shit was fucking terrible because it was so good in the beginning.
It is
Because I loved it.
very, very good in the
And
beginning.
it was hilarious because my family does this shit where we give each other characters in shows with large casts where like this character most resembles this I was fucking Hurley.
Oh, I can see it. It's
Just
the curly hair.
I was just exactly fucking Hurley.
Yeah.
Cuz when the smoke monster first screeches, I go, "What the fuck is that, a dinosaur?" And then he
That's
replies the same thing a
it's
second
true.
later.
Yep, he did say that. Was that a dinosaur?
Yeah,
I could
we're the
also
same
see
person.
you if you got spooked by something, turning around and throwing a hot pocket like he did when Ben Linus spooked him in like the later season. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
That show has a
No.
couple of good quotes though, like that quote from Benjamin Linus when he says, "Destiny is a fickle bitch."
Yeah, that was yeah. It
It's
was cool.
definitely one of those
I,
shows like Game of Thrones where it starts out
they just dropped
extremely
the ball at the
strong,
end,
yeah, and then they just kind of they can't quite bring
which
it
I
home.
am. Game of Thrones is a very bittersweet ending because they butchered the end of the show only for them not to get their Disney contract, and it makes me so happy.
That's true.
Is
They
there
don't
any
get to
more
make
people in
5
Game of
more or
Thrones?
3 more fucking Star Wars movies or whatever they were supposed to make.
Yeah, D&D was supposed to get a Disney contract, so they just bum rushed the last 2 seasons.
I bet you those
And
guys are aliens, and that's why they fucked it up because they didn't know how to end an Earth story.
uh, honestly, I would believe it just because of how fucking terrible it was. But the thing is that the ending makes sense in every aspect except for Jamie going back to Cersei because it just shits all over his entire fucking character
That
arc.
is by far okay. So fucking Tom Sweeney was shitting on Sansa Stark, and I was like, no, because she's got the
Sansa
best
sucks.
character arc of any of the characters. And he was like, but Jamie, and I was like, I agree until that fucking last or second to last episode where he shits the bed and negates all of his growth and goes back to Cersei.
Yeah, and then uh Daenerys going mad. That I could have told you from the very fucking beginning that was where she was ending.
It
And
certainly was
like
definitely a
and
possibility.
then
I think that
John not ending up on the fucking throne and they giving it to fucking Bran.
there's a lot.
That
Yeah,
also
there's a lot of things. Yeah, because I agree with you. I think that the Danny thing makes sense, but
it was just rushed.
yeah, if they had had another season to develop that madness in her and that sort of bloodlust, then it would have made more sense. Uh, and the same thing
Hell,
with
even if it
Bran,
was
like
just
right, like I could buy Bran as king if we got to actually see him do something. Like there's like 2 episodes in the whole fucking series where he does something. One of them is fucking hold the door, and the other one is when he gets pushed out of the goddamn tower in the first episode. Other than that,
I'm
what did Bran do?
I'm not going to lie to you. When it comes to fucking the hold the door scene, I was bawling like a fucking baby.
Dude, that's one of the best scenes in all of television. Like
I was
seriously.
I was crying like a little bitch
Yeah.
because Jesus, that man fucked him for his entire fucking life.
His entire life, dude. His entire life. Yeah. Crazy. Just, yeah. And if that had gone somewhere...
so wild. That's so crazy.
Dakota hasn't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, shit.
So he
I
doesn't know
haven't
anything
seen-
we're talking about.
Spoilers.
I haven't seen a single episode.
That's so funny. I actually have a shirt that says, not all heroes wear capes, some just hold the door.
That would make me cry if I saw it.
It's
I'm gonna be
fucking
real.
awesome. I love it.
But Dakota, if we were still on season 6, I would recommend you get into it and watch it. But after season 7 and 8, I don't want you to watch it because you'll be like, wow, this is fucking really good.
Even,
And then you'll be disappointed like the rest of us.
It's definitely
Even-
disappointing. Or you could be like Nick, Smokey's sister, and be like, the 100 is amazing, the first 5 seasons, except the last 2 seasons suck balls because the producer's a dickhead. But then she's like, commiserate with me, watch it anyway. And now I'm watching the 100, and I like it a lot, but I know it's going to suck in a couple of seasons.
Listen, Game of Thrones could have ended absolutely phenomenally, and I still wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, I know, because you're you, but still.
What does that mean?
You don't give a fuck about, like, TV shows and shit.
I just know I'm not gonna like it. I mean, I probably would, but I just don't
You
care
probably
about
would.
like
You absolutely
dragons.
would.
I just don't care about.
There are
like, that
people
kind of
who have, like,
There's
the only
aliens?
thing. There is a kind of alien, sort of.
Sort of.
What? Talking about that blue guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Night King, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, not interesting enough. Sorry.
Alien-esque.
No thanks.
Then there's the forest kids. They're kind of weird.
Yeah, the Children of the Forest.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I don't
They're
know.
like- they're like hippie plant people. They're druids, basically. But they're like druidic gods,
yeah, they're
kind
just
of.
fucking. After Bran became the fucking
Three-eyed
three-eyed
raven?
raven. Yeah, after that, he didn't do shit.
Well, yeah, man, I was super... Yeah, like I said, he did 2 cool things the entire fucking series. And it was... Or 2 things that were important, right? And one was getting kicked off the tower, and the other was hold the door. Otherwise, there's nothing. And it could have been awesome, right? Like, if the fucking Night King had been attacking, and Bran had, like, warged into the fucking Nether Dragon, and, like, done some shit with that, or, like, warged into,
That would
like...
have been sick as fuck.
Right? Or, like,
And
warged into, like, the zombies?
They didn't let Jon kill the dragon. They didn't let Jon kill the fucking Night King. It fucking pisses me off how badly they just shot my boy Jon in the fucking dick.
They did.
Because
They did.
he is the son of fucking prophecy. Literally the fucking chosen one. And they're like, oh, we don't want to have him kill the Night King because we want to subvert audience expectations. You can't fucking subvert audience expectations.
You can if you do it well, but they didn't do it well.
Destroy your entire fucking canon.
They didn't do it well. They didn't do it at all. And I'm definitely... I like
Arya
the
had
idea.
zero fucking... Her whole fucking character did not give a fuck about the fucking Night King. At all. So why the fuck would you have her kill him? That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely... I would have much rather have seen Jaime die in combat, saving Brienne, and then Arya cutting his fucking face off and using his face to go and kill Cersei. That's what I wanted to happen. Because that would have been cool.
And then they all clapped.
By the way, welcome to
All
Game of Thrones, a retrospective.
Bro,
I
haven't said a thing for like the past 20
in
minutes.
like 20 minutes. We
I'm
are
just here.
This
Listen,
episode
I'm
went from
just-
fucking mole people to Ryan being a simp to Lost to Game of Thrones. And I'm really not sorry because at least
I am.
you know,
I'm
we're
very
all
disappointed.
it's something interesting. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about with the mole people.
That's the really sad
Because-
part. Is it was like the research led me to a place where it was like not very interesting. I mean, like the parts
Yeah,
about
it
the
was.
actual like parts about like homeless people doing it for real is very interesting, but that's kind of where it ends. There's not a lot of. It doesn't butt up against reality in a way like aliens do or SCPs do or anything like that. Skinwalkers.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's
Hell,
cool in the
even like
sense that like
werewolves and
it's
vampires
like
have more of
fucking
a like foothold in reality than the mole people do, and I'm sad about it.
vampires are cooler than werewolves.
I didn't
Just
say they
saying.
weren't. I actually agree with you.
Nah, but somebody else did.
Who said werewolves were cooler?
You know who you are. Speak up, bitch.
Shut up.
Why do you think werewolves are cooler?
Vampires suck, bro.
Because he's a fucking furry.
Vampires
He's
are
like
awesome.
What?
Vampires
I
are
am
like
not a
He's Tom
furry.
Sweeney.
vampires are the Epsteins of the monster world.
I'm sorry, what?
You know I'm right though. They're the elite
No,
who are like
they're
trading
not.
in weak people,
Oh my
innocent
God.
people, just
Ryan.
like the Epsteins of the world.
Ryan.
I'm not wrong
Ryan.
here. Vampires
Ryan.
are like
Ryan,
No,
listen.
no.
You gotta stop bringing up Epstein, bro.
Ryan, buddy.
Oh my God.
I don't know if like you're trying to subliminally tell us about something here, but
I don't know what information you've seen that we aren't aware about. I don't know if you're breaking some kind of NDA.
I plead the fifth.
Ryan, you gotta tell me, bro. Why would you think saying vampires are the Epsteins of the supernatural world is anything that is okay to say?
Because it's true.
When we're talking about how cool vampires are.
Vampires are very cool, just like the elite are very cool, but they're also a bunch of
No.
fucking assholes.
You name one vampire that's an asshole. Dracula just wanted to be left alone. Nosferatu just wanted to be left the fuck alone.
What about those assholes in the Twilight
The one from
series? Aren't
the one
those-
from Billy and
That's
Mandy.
not real vampires. Shut
One
the fuck
from
up.
Billy
Those
and
aren't-
Mandy.
I don't
The
count those.
head vampire.
Who?
The head vampire. Mrs. Claus.
Oh yeah. Shut the fuck up. No.
See?
Dracula
See?
don't suck.
Was that Billy
Dracula
and Mandy?
scrape and then lick with his teeth like this. Scrape
Yeah, that was Billy and Mandy.
and lick.
That show was fucking. That was a good one. I don't know why they made the Grim Reaper Jamaican though.
Jamaican me crazy.
It was the best decision they've ever made.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. It fit his character really well for some reason, but it just on the surface, it doesn't seem like a decision that would come from somebody that's not on copious amounts of psychedelics.
Oh, well, if it was written by a writer, they probably were.
So anyways, werewolves are cooler.
You're wrong.
I am not a
Werewolves
furry.
just turn into fucking dogs.
Werewolves are the working
vampires
class
just
of the
turn into
monster
bats.
world.
Suck me from the
And the
back.
vampires,
Vampires
are the
don't
elites.
always turn into fucking bats. They're
Some of them turn
better
into
humans.
wolves.
Wah, I'm afraid of the sun.
They don't have to be afraid of the fucking sun.
Some of them.
Sometimes they just lose their powers and they're normal people in the sun.
Oh, then
But
sounds
sometimes
like a lame
they die in the
person to
sun
me.
because the fucking sun is a holy symbol and they're undead fucking creatures, Dakota. Shut the fuck up. You're just wrong.
So why is it that can hurt him and also just a wooden stake?
And sometimes
Because the
silver.
wooden stick is
And sometimes garlic.
well the garlic thing is
Yeah,
a
what's the garlic
stereotype,
about?
okay?
It's anti-Italian
How
discrimination is what it
come?
is.
How come they can't enter my house unless I invite them?
Because they're polite.
Yeah. The entire
I
thing
like how
with
you just fucking rolled
vampires.
with that, Dakota. You're like, yeah.
No, but that's just true. Like they're a very usually with a lot of fucking the more noble type vampires. They're fucking very sticklers for politeness and manners and shit. So you gotta invite them in, and then
But-
they say okay.
And let me suck your blood.
I believe that originally
yeah.
it had something to do with like the threshold of a house being sacred or something, and so you had to be invited in properly, otherwise.
What if
Yeah,
I'm
it
an
probably has
atheist?
something to do with the whole holy thing.
What
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
believe it was
atheist?
Because
something about
priests
I
would
don't
go
care.
around and bless the
yeah,
doorways
the
and shit.
doorways, and so the threshold was a sacred place, and so unless you were invited in, it was an unholy intrusion to just
How
go
come
in
they
yourself.
can't see themselves
Something
in
like
mirrors?
that. I can't remember exactly.
They can't see themselves in the mirror? Is that did you really just bring that up right now?
Yeah,
It makes for
motherfucker.
great puppet shows.
Yeah, they do. Didn't think about that, did you?
What?
They make great
Since when?
but you didn't think about that. Because
Because if you put socks on your hands,
if you put a mirror,
yeah,
if you put a mirror and you're behind everybody, then the mirror is reflecting back, right? But they can't see you, they only see the puppets.
yeah, they only see the physical objects that you're holding.
That doesn't answer my
Boom.
question at all.
I don't care. Didn't ask. Plus, you're lame. You're white passing, so I don't
Listen,
care about your opinion.
if I could,
Turn back time?
Shut, Ryan.
If you could find a way?
Be quiet.
Okay, sorry.
No, only I am allowed to make references.
okay, so I'm gonna leave after hearing that. Nah,
No.
listen, if I could turn into like a super sweet dog man, that'd be pretty cool. And like run super fast and jump really high.
But they are literally cursed beings.
But a
Would you rather be
vampire
cursed
isn't.
or undead? No,
What's the
they're
difference?
undead.
I would say the vampires are also cursed, though.
They're not
It
cursed.
is-
They're
If
it
I
just
is
could
called
be-
the
undead.
vampire's
If I could be a
curse.
werewolf, that
It
could
is a
change
thing.
at will instead of on a full moon. Like I'm Ben 10.
See, but that's the thing. Is that no, you're not gonna be a Ben 10, bro. Not gonna be a Ben 10.
I turn into
You're not that
what's his
guy,
name?
pal. You're not that guy.
I turn into what's the name of the orange one? Wild Mutt? The one
Yeah.
that sniffs things?
Oh yeah.
He's got no eyes. He just
No, he
sniffs
has an
things.
actual werewolf transformation.
Yeah, I know, but
Werewolf transformations look fucking
Wild Mutt's
awful.
cool.
Like, that looks like it would hurt like a mother.
Wild Mutt's cool and it's an OG.
Oh yeah.
Like, that would just... Because you're, like...
No,
your bones
the
fucking crack
werewolf
and
transformation is in
reform.
OG Ben 10 too, dude.
Well, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
I think so.
pretty sure.
I still like Wild Mutt better.
But yeah,
Yeah,
werewolf
it's-
transformations would definitely suck. I feel like
Blitzwolfer.
that transformation would be worse than transforming into a vampire for the first time.
Yeah, he was in original Ben 10.
Oh yeah. I
Gotcha,
remember
bitch.
Now, whenever he turns into like, kind of looks like
When he
Anubis.
turns into the fucking werewolf.
Kind of looks like Anubis. Hee hee.
Yeah, he kind of does actually.
I think they were
It's
in
a
Egypt that
weird-
episode. I think.
No, they
Or
weren't.
they were in like the desert or some shit.
Yeah, they were in. I think the werewolf episode followed up the mummy episode.
It's been far too long since I've seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Ben 10 could be Goku. Just saying.
Oh, they were on Navajo land.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's why he turns into a werewolf. So
He's
it's
a skinwalker.
probably a skinwalker thing.
That would make sense.
Would you rather be a skinwalker or a vampire?
Yeah, would you rather be a skinwalker or literally an undead god to mankind? I know what I would choose.
But when the sun.
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't like the sun anyway. I'm photosensitive, dude.
Nighttime
The sun
is
hurts my
nice.
eyeballs.
Nighttime is nice.
And they have night vision, dog.
Get to go clubbing.
It doesn't even matter that it's dark outside.
The one nice thing about being a vampire is you're immortal, so you actually get all the time to like play all the video games that you've been meaning to play and read all the books
Boom.
you've been meaning to read.
See that?
It's pretty
You
nice,
can
you gotta
play.
say.
Some people don't
You
want to
can
live
play all
forever.
your Halo Portal you want, dude. All the Halo Portal you want.
Gotta plug Splitgate. That game fun as fuck.
What's that about?
I
don't
can't
think
play it. It's just Halo with portals.
Oh, that sounds
Very
fun.
fun.
But yeah,
The
I
PC
can't
game?
play it because my laptop
Yes,
is
PC and also console.
not strong enough.
It's on console.
It's on console.
Oh,
too.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
And my
It's in beta.
internet's not good anyway.
It's in
We
beta.
know.
Ryan, if you sass my internet again, it really does piss me off because
should
literally
piss you
the
off.
next road over we have fiber,
That fucking blows.
but they just won't run it down my road because they
Yeah.
have to run it by all the old people first, and they don't want to get it because they don't fucking use it because they're old.
Telling you, you gotta pay.
They were
you
born
just
in
gotta-
fucking
you just gotta-
1812.
bring them a thing of moonshine. They'll bring it down there.
They're 200 years old?
Are they
Over.
vampires?
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
If you want a fun,
Man, fuck those motherfuckers.
different vampire movie, Only Lovers Left Alive is the movie for you.
No thanks. That sounds
yeah,
like a
see,
rom-com but with vampires.
Here's the thing. I just don't care about vampires enough.
Okay,
Because
that's
you're
fair.
wrong.
That's fair. So really, what
We're
you're
gonna have
saying,
to
Dakota,
agree to
is I need to
disagree.
just tell Shim, and then she'll make you watch it.
She will watch it. I won't.
I need to watch Velociraptor. Or what's the
Velocipaster is so
Velocipaster.
fucking good.
That's the one. I have not seen that
I
yet.
love that fucking movie. All of our listeners, if you've made it this far, I know we are no longer talking about anything important. But Velocipaster, it's on Amazon Prime. If you can't find it, then you can. I'm not a fucking cop. I don't care. Just watch it. It is a shitty fucking movie. Terrible, but it's meant to be bad. And my favorite scene is like 2 minutes into the movie, just because it's so fucking good. And I would spoil it. Nah, fuck it, I'll spoil it. Skip ahead like 30, 45 seconds if you don't want to hear it. So, the priest walks out of the church, sees his parents, and then he starts waving, and his parents' car just fucking explodes. And he's screaming, his parents are dead, and it cuts back to the car and his parents, and the car and parents are gone. And on screen, and just like subtitle lettering, is car exploding VFX.
Wow, they didn't even take the effects card out, huh?
They just fucking threw that on there.
That's kind of amazing.
Probably because they couldn't. It's so
yeah,
good.
if they couldn't afford it, maybe they just were like, well, let's just let them in on the joke.
I love
I'm
that
excited.
fucking
I'm
movie.
definitely gonna watch
That's
it. An
where,
hour and 10 minutes.
I'm about to watch it right now.
It's like
If you've heard
it's got
me-
4.5 out of 5 stars with 1,500 reviews. That's pretty damn good.
It's so fucking good. Easily my favorite movie of all time. And if you've ever heard me say, oh, China's east, that's where that comes from. Like,
Nice.
anytime somebody says the word east, I'm like, China's east. Because after his... It's so good.
Hang on, I'm watching it.
Why are there ninjas?
because he's a Velocipaster. He can turn into a Velociraptor. But it's not
my
actually
God.
a Velociraptor, it's a small T-Rex.
But but it says he's in China, and ninjas are from Japan.
They actually just put words on the screen.
Yes, I told you they did. It's so fucking good, dude.
Ligma balls.
Nice.
Ligma balls.
Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Ligma balls. Well, now I know what I'm gonna do tonight.
Oh man. All right,
Ryan, have you
boys.
seen that meme?
Hang on,
Yes.
boys.
Yes.
Boys. We've gone for an hour and 7 minutes.
Oh, shit, you're right.
And for like a solid 45 minutes, we've just been talking about bullshit.
I'd say a solid 40. I mean, give us the 20 minutes that we talked about real stuff.
Yeah,
The mole
we
people
were on
were
track
interesting.
for a good little bit.
I really was not expecting it to go that way at all. I was expecting to learn about like something a
Yeah, I
little
was
more
expecting
wholesome,
urban legends
I
and shit.
guess.
Yeah, I was too, and I was sorely disappointed. And I, like I said, I will fully take the L for believing that
The
there was
mole
more to that
people
than there was.
were the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, the the real mole people were the friends we made along the way.
The real mole people are that Epstein and McAfee didn't kill themselves.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You've said that 3 times. The algorithm's definitely gonna pick up that audio now, Ryan. And it's gonna bury us, and we'll never be famous.
Or it's going to
How am I
elevate us into all of the conspiracy theory channels.
How am I supposed to fucking... How am I supposed to marry Anna Kendrick if I'm not famous?
I'm telling your girlfriend that you want to marry Anna Kendrick.
She already knows. I
Okay,
asked
that's
her.
fair.
I was
That's
like,
fair.
hey, if I have a
That's the
chance,
exception
would you
rule.
let me bone Anna Kendrick? She's like, absolutely. So,
That is a good girlfriend. That's your
she
hall
had
pass.
some dude who I've never fucking heard of. So I was like, sure, whatever.
I'm surprised it wasn't a spider.
That's a recent development, and it scares me.
I mean, to be fair, it's like
All
spider
right.
people, but still.
No, we're done. We're done
Yeah,
talking.
boys.
Everybody, thank you for listening to episode 4 of the Unredactables podcast, where we started off talking about mole people, which transitioned into homeless people, which went to Ryan's a simp, to
Not a
Lost,
simp.
to Game of Thrones, to whatever the fuck we talked about. I don't remember. I hope all of you had a good time listening to us just fucking dick around for more than half of this episode. Maybe not next episode, but the week after that, it'll be significantly more focused. We'll have an actual topic we're going to be talking about, and it'll be great. I promise. Thank you. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, everybody.